What's up, everybody? Welcome back to From Boys to Men, the podcast. And as usual, we're excited to have you here. I hope you guys had a chance to listen to our last episode about social media. We talked about MySpace, MySpace, some years ago.
Like 2005, MySpace.
Yeah, I guess it was.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah. It was that long ago.
8.
Man.
Yeah, from 5 to 8.
That's crazy. It was only from 5 to 8?
That's what I said.
Yeah, Facebook took over. No, I was in high school for sure.
But we got a chance to do that. I hope y'all got a chance to look at that. If you didn't, go ahead and take some time and listen to that. It was a good, fun conversation, as all of them always are. But this time we got a real good one. It's summertime. I just want to give a big shout out to me. My birthday was yesterday, so no, I'm just playing.
You was dead serious. He was dead serious. He was dead serious.
Man, lie to y'all.
I absolutely was. My birthday was yesterday. It was cool, man. I had a good time.
Last week for y'all, but
Yeah, that's right.
Or 2 weeks. I don't know when these videos drop.
Either way, by the time you see this, I'll still be the same age. So, cool. So we got to go ahead and get everything going. I hope y'all been enjoying, our podcast. Appreciate everybody. We gotta. We don't say this enough these days, but we need y'all to continue to like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff wherever you are, wherever you're watching it. YouTube, Facebook, on Spotify, on Apple Music, like all of that. Like we need y'all to keep doing that. Get this out. Like we're trying to make sure we want to be able to say when we get even bigger that y'all the reason that we got bigger.
Facts.
Yeah, man, we getting a lot of views.
Yeah, we do.
Some of these videos got like 4,000 or 5,000 views on them. So
absolutely.
What I'm saying is go back.
I think our last one got about 3,000 reactions, about 600 something.
That's what I'm saying.
So we need more.
Yeah, we love the interaction, so we need more people to comment on these videos for sure.
Absolutely.
Comment down, just say hi, that you're here, whatever. Just interact with us. And also, if everybody could go over to our YouTube page and hit us with a like and a subscribe over there, that'll be great.
Even if you've already watched it on Facebook,
just like it.
You go ahead and like it, subscribe. That just helps
to the channel.
That helps us get it to other more people.
Facts.
So go ahead and do that. But we're gonna go ahead and start this conversation off with the good old fashioned
story time with Dom.
Yo. What up, good peoples? You know what it is. Dom before Nick, slow motion all day, every day.
One time.
I mean, I was gonna say all that, but I'm gonna be nice today, man. Y'all always talk about it. So, quick little story. You know what I'm saying? It's a life lesson for me. A story for y'all. This was like when I was 16, 17, trying to get my permit, and everything, trying to get my license when I hit 18 and stuff. You get your permit, you like, bet. Let me drive us to the store. Nah, can't do that. Okay, cool. Can we go? I'm gonna drive us to KFC. Nah, couldn't do that. You get upset about it, but then, I was told real quick, you can't drive a car, you can't drive my car until you learn your freeways. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm learning freeways. I learned them. And I hit 18, if I ain't got to drive and stuff, I was
like you had to know them like word for word.
No, I need to know the name, what directions, and everything. Would go east, west, north, south.
Wow,
bro.
Right. This was mom's idea.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Sounds about right.
It do. So
how do you learn them before you drive them?
Maps.
Just study the map.
No, I didn't. But you had to pay attention while she was driving.
Okay,
but she used to drive so fast. How could? All right, never mind.
I ain't getting in trouble. I
ain't put you out there.
I ain't getting in trouble.
Like
hold on, y'all put her out there a few episodes ago. What you mean?
Anyways. So
don't go back and look.
I had to learn all that, whatever. But what nobody say, right? What she don't tell you is that you gotta learn a lot of streets too. I know main streets. Of course you driving. Woodward. Yeah, cool.
I'm on 8 Mile.
Yeah, 8 Mile, 7 Mile.
Facts.
You don't know 6 Mile on certain times because it turned to McNichols. Then you
a human map at this point. You had to learn everything.
Hey, bro, you just gotta know. But so what happened was, one time I forgot where I was going. I'm driving. I think I done got to West Bloomfield somewhere. When I tell you, I did not know where I was at, bro. I was been in corners, turning down residential streets. Man, I'm lost. My phone dead, so the GPS ain't working. I'm just out here, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Wait, back then that was what, MapQuest? What, did we have Google Maps?
Yeah.
No, you had Google Maps. God, I had Android. You had Google Maps.
No, we definitely had it was MapQuest.
It was not
No.
Google Maps
It was definitely MapQuest.
because
bro.
Google Maps wasn't even around my whole life.
No,
It was
MapQuest.
MapQuest. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely
because we was
MapQuest,
MapQuest and
Well, I'm take that back. I'm take that back. On the
Back in the
Android
day,
phones,
so-
it was navigation. So who knows?
Cool.
Anyways,
MapQuest.
sure. It said navigation. Anyway,
Same
so
thing, powered by MapQuest.
it probably was. But so I'm lost, phone dead. I'm like, all right, bro, I don't know where I'm going. I've been driving around for at least 2 hours, burning gas too.
Oh no.
I'm like, I don't know where I'm going.
Probably ain't had no job, did you?
Nah,
So you couldn't put no real gas money in.
nah,
Just wasting other people's gas.
boy. So I'm like, I'm driving and everything. I'm like, dog, I don't know where I'm at. I think I finally hit Telegraph, and I was like, I know this street. Did I know which way it went? No clue.
Oh
Did you
No
head
clue.
towards Pontiac?
Did I? No. Yeah, I did.
You
I
went
did.
further north?
I did. Here's the problem. I'm like, here go Telegraph. So I busted right on Telegraph, riding up, making sure to see if I know something. Didn't know a thing.
Oh no.
About 15 minutes, 20 minutes in, I'm like,
It took that long?
I'm gonna turn around.
20 minutes of Telegraph the wrong way.
Bro, Telegraph
no.
ends.
So I'm gonna turn around. I turned
You
around.
must have been right at the edge of West Bloomfield, almost Southfield, to go 15, 20 minutes
bro.
and then turn around?
I might
Well, you
be.
can take Telegraph all the way up past Arbor Hills.
True.
Yeah, I know, but it ends.
So, anyways, as they interrupt me, so I turned around, and I finally, kept going down Telegraph. I started noticing stuff. I'm like, okay, the Arby's on Telegraph by Finkel, that people don't go to.
Facts. No, nobody goes that way.
See, everybody,
Hey, don't go to that.
nobody go to that.
At all.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, this 96 coming up. Bam, it's 96. Finally got my way home. I got home. My mom was asking like, where was you at? I literally was like, I don't know.
What time was it when you got home?
I don't remember. I know it was late.
It was dark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was black outside.
It was morning, basically.
So
Oh, you know.
I told her, I was like, it was I didn't know where I was at. But I figured it out.
So what is the moral of this story?
Learn your directions. Find out where you're going. You never know what
Sounds
happens
like
these
an
days.
old
You
college
don't need to
infomercial.
learn your directions anymore. I'll tell you this now. This is 2021. I understand what you're saying. If it was 15 years ago, today, I say just put your GPS on.
Hold on now. Hold on
Let
now.
I was about to say.
Let me step in for
He
a
about to have
minute.
his old head.
Hold on,
Because-
before you do that though.
No.
Before you do that. And that was
A story time.
His story time ain't over. But anyway,
Oh my goodness.
first of all, too many people ride around without their cell phone chargers, without cables to charge their phone in the car,
true.
and let their phones die. And so they will not
Are you
have.
saying that you one of them, G?
That's not what I'm saying.
okay.
I saw you raise your hand. I thought you were saying you was one of them.
Most people these days have navigation in their car now. And if they don't,
Wait a minute.
Watch this, watch
I
this.
feel like he was raised proper, and I know a lot of people that don't.
this newer generation, because the newer cars all come with screens and everything now. That's just how cars are made now.
If it's brand new.
If it's brand new.
Right.
Within
But
the
the
last
newer
like,
generation
within the last
of
like
kids
5 years or so.
aren't getting 2000 cars from 2000.
They ain't had no
get a car maybe
navigation.
2010. Because
Yeah.
2010 is old now.
Yeah,
So
it's wild, man.
No, 2010 is old now.
So, like,
I was gonna say,
it's
they
hard
ain't
to
have
take your- especially
they
in
ain't
the
have no
car world.
navigations in 2010s, did they?
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot. But I'm saying, but this is the generation that we're starting to come into. So what I'm saying is now they have Android Auto where you just plug it USB.
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it,
that's
plug
true.
it. And who don't have their phone charger with them?
I don't know.
A
lot of people don't.
Unfortunately, a lot of people be rushing out
So
the
how
crib.
much you got?
A lot of people
Car
be rushing-
charger?
A lot of people.
So what
be
you
rushing out
saying
the
is-
crib.
In this age of smartphones,
A lot
you
of
tell me
people-
a lot of people.
So
don't
let me
have
get
this.
straight, let me get
Some
straight.
A lot of people
Let me-
rush out the
G.
car, rush out the home,
Right.
and leave their charger.
Let me get straight, G.
I don't think
you ain't
that's
never been
the
around
majority,
somebody say, hey, you got your charger?
Yeah,
let me get
man.
you straight. You ain't
Happens
never
a lot.
heard nobody just, let
That
me get your
happens
charger.
pretty often.
And then do the other person say, yeah. Because more than likely, somebody got their phone charged. Because it's common that people
But you're
miss
in the
their
car
phone
by
charged.
You're
yourself.
missing the point. Yeah, you're in the car by yourself. If you didn't bring it, then you.
So you're gonna pull over and get somebody charged.
If you don't know where you're going with a phone that don't work and with no GPS, most people not putting themselves in that situation. Now, if you are, you're just irresponsible. That's.
I mean, no.
So you saying I was irresponsible?
You
At the time, first
You
of
don't know
all,
where you're going. No GPS, and you drive out to Bloomfield Hills. Yes, I mean, come
That
on.
was very irresponsible.
All right, cool.
Well,
I feel like I didn't mean to do it.
This is what I got.
just ended up like
This is what I got out of it though too. It was the fact that he just kept driving for 20 minutes and didn't recognize anything.
Right.
It was like, what are you doing?
that's not just irresponsible.
20 minutes, bro?
I'm pulling
you
to the
done went
gas
past
station asking.
two cities.
I'm past.
Two
I'm parked at the
cities.
gas station. I'm asking, hey, which way?
He
96?
almost up at Great Lakes Crossing for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
bro.
I'll be asking.
I should
Which
have.
way is?
Should
Which
have
way
did that.
is
At
where?
least I knew 75 was right there.
You wouldn't have headed straight to
Man,
Great
I
Lakes
would've asked
Crossing.
him.
So
But
the moral
anyway.
of the story is
Learn your directions.
have some A and B plan, maybe even a C.
How about be responsible and be smart?
Like,
Get A map, be responsible, and see something.
learn.
Learn some directions.
At least know, like, I'm about to put my sister out like that. So, one of my sisters, she's good for it. She only knows how to, she doesn't really know, like, directions like that, but she knows, like, specific things, like, oh, it's a McDonald's on that corner, or things like, at least learn that.
Landmarks.
Like, at least know
Yeah,
something.
landmarks, for sure.
Have you a
For sure.
landmark somewhere, you know what I mean?
No, you can't be completely dependent on a GPS.
Even though I think it's good to have
But-
know the direction.
I don't. In 2021, do I believe in people should be getting lost? No, I mean
Getting Getting lost.
I feel like it's I feel
way
like
too many
it's
ways.
hard
Not
to
like
get
hard
lost.
to
That's
get
what I'm
lost.
saying. It's so
It's hard to
Absolutely.
get lost.
Aside from the
2021.
fact that you got people out here not charging their phones, but like you said, getting lost is extremely hard.
It is.
But who is taking road trips to places that they don't know with a dead phone?
He didn't have to go on a road trip. Though.
He was
He
on
was
a
going
road
up the
trip.
street and got lost in another street.
This isn't common. Most people not just doing that. If I'm going somewhere I don't know, if I need my phone, I'm going to make sure my phone is charged.
You're talking logically. Yes.
I mean, no,
It's a lot of
if it's a
illogical
random
people.
location. If it's a random location that's happening at the spur of the moment, then maybe, but that's rare. I mean, but if I'm going somewhere,
It's like 2008, 2009, bro.
I'm not getting lost.
2008, 2009, I knew
I
my
ain't been lost
directions
in
very well.
Going on
I
somewhere.
knew
If
my
have a
freeways.
That's back when I had my Saturn, bro. I love that.
Ah man, I missed that car.
Love
Wait,
that
is that the one that caught on fire?
Yeah.
All right, bro. So he gonna bring up bad memories. I don't remember trying to think about that part.
Hey man,
As
the
for
sound system was fire.
The gas mileage was fire.
The engine caught on fire. So
as for a bad segue,
That's not even a segue.
I don't even know what that is. I just felt like that didn't remind me of another story. But we gotta get into
Facts.
I'll bring it up at the end. We'll talk about it later.
Right, the random stories at the end.
Go ahead. So y'all, we got some things to talk about.
Yeah.
Simply to say, double standards.
Woo!
Ooh, that actually kind of was a good segue. Think about it. Yes.
Nah.
I know what I'm doing, guys. Hey, trust me, I'll take you somewhere.
Take you somewhere and get lost.
I wasn't the one getting lost.
like we only been doing this for like 8 months now. You know, we learn as we go.
I get it. But double standards. We know that can go a long way.
Facts.
In many different ways. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let the fellas go ahead and get us started then.
Man, off rip, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't like him. I'm just gonna go off rip with you. Whatever. I don't like him.
That flag on the Don't mark it. What is this? You don't like it. Don't nobody
You don't like what?
them.
I don't like him.
You know, like
I mean,
Please elaborate.
the people that double standards work for like them.
yeah.
No.
If you on that
They
side,
like no, they don't like double standards. They like that standard. They don't like. They don't like.
Let's be clear.
because-
are we talking double standards with between men and women?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
okay. So in other words, the people that like them are men. Okay.
People who like double standards are men.
I'm saying double standards typically work.
it
for
depends
men.
on what you're talking about.
Double standards work for men.
Depends on what you
I disagree. I disagree.
you don't think double
See, we
standards
didn't even
work?
think that we would disagree on the conversation.
Yeah.
And then you leave it up to Chuck, and then here we go. So,
Dang.
I need you to further
I
elaborate
explain
on
that one. What works for me?
Because me personally, I think it depends on what you're talking about. By the way,
I agree.
But I think
Absolutely.
a lot of things
Don't work for me.
work against men.
when it comes to the double standard department,
it just depends on what you're talking about, though.
I want to say the biggest thing.
okay, well,
The biggest thing that I believe works for men, and actually something that a lot of women or women in general are fighting still till this day for, and have been, well, since almost forever, is equal pay.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
I mean,
Yes.
I feel like that's one of
Absolutely.
the major double standards
In the
that-
workplace,
No
yes.
argument for me on that.
I'll give you that 100%. In the workplace, absolutely.
Right.
That is definitely there is definitely a double standard that works in favor of men, without a doubt. There's
100%.
definitely some other.
I think power in society. That's another thing. Power in society, and that's a broad spectrum to think about when you.
See,
When I say power in society, I'm not saying rules that are set in society that apply towards both men and women not being equal and favoring men, because we know that those rules, for the most part, a lot of the times, are meant to, kind of. I'm going to rephrase this. they typically lean towards the favor of women. And I know we're getting into a dicey area about me saying this.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, look, bro. We just got in.
buckle up.
I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole.
Roller coaster ride, y'all.
But I'm just saying, I feel potential. I feel that in a lot of legal situations, that men are not treated equal when it comes to a male versus female. And I know, and I'm not like giving any excuses to any men out here doing wrong.
I mean, we can
and
lay
deserve
that
it.
we can lay that out on the table. That's domestic violence, because I was gonna
Absolutely.
talk about
Oh, no, I was about to hop on that too, but
we can hop on that. We can hop on that.
100%.
Tackle
Yeah.
that. Oh, right on.
I feel like and let's just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we can tackle
so
domestic
violence.
Go ahead.
Lay out the
Set the
clause,
table for sure.
the where. And
100%.
but yeah, domestic violence is one of the things that ultimately, if a woman were to go to a police officer or a court and say, hey, this man assaulted me, he, and they're in some sort of relationship, that man is pretty much going to jail right away.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Right? But on the other hand, if a male goes to court, a police officer and say, hey, this woman is assaulting me, I need y'all help.
They gonna look like you crazy.
They're gonna probably laugh at.
You should have threw against the wall or something. Like, why would I do
But
that?
in a real life scenario, yeah, they're either gonna say that you should have left.
Yep.
The guy just should have left.
Yep.
If the woman was beating him.
Easy.
Or
But what? They don't get the same
the
thing.
woman would just say, in some situations, I won't say a lot. Some situations, the women just say, well, he was beating me too.
And then
Then
Then all of a sudden, you going to jail still.
exactly.
So,
But if you flip that around, if the man said, "But she was beating me too," ain't nobody gonna care.
Exactly.
So
What she do? She loves hatchet.
So
You
if
should
I-
have never put your hands on her.
Yeah.
She did it first. All right,
So-
never mind.
But
Needless to say,
I would like to throw a disclaimer. Ain't none of us out here beating the women.
No.
Just want to throw a
no,
disclaimer.
facts.
we
Facts.
don't
We do that.
It ain't never been a thing for
And
none.
before this conversation even continues, we believe all woman beaters should be buried underneath the prison. That is
absolutely.
not, we're
Oh,
not
absolutely.
defending
Absolutely.
any
I
sort
wholeheartedly
of.
I'm gonna take it next level. Anybody doing abusive stuff like that.
Yeah, but
I'm not a.
I don't even want to call them women beaters because and the effort to promote equality, I would just say anyone who's abusive,
Yeah.
either male or female,
I agree.
Sure.
and that's any kind of abuse. That's
Absolutely.
whether it be physical, financial, whether
mental,
it be
emotional.
mental, emotional,
Yeah.
whatever kind of abuse that you're dishing out is wrong.
yeah,
Period.
That's facts. That's facts.
But here, I think because we all agree on this, so we probably won't stay on this topic too long. So my thing is this part of it. My only issue is when they say like a guy's beating a woman.
Mm-hmm.
We want a woman to fight back. Mm-hmm. My situation is
I see what you're going with.
My situation is that's exactly how I said that men who beat women should be buried underneath the prison. I agree with it the other way around as well. And I feel like if you are going to hit a man unprovoked, I don't care what happens after that to you. You're not the woman I'm trying to protect. I'm trying to protect the vulnerable woman who is doing absolutely nothing from a man who just decided that he wanted to wake up with violence on his mind.
No,
today.
facts. 100%.
Both parties there are very, very violent people
Right.
who don't deserve to be looking, don't deserve to be free.
I agree 100%.
No, I'm not. I don't care about that situation. I care about innocent women who's out here and kids who are out here getting beat by men because obviously they're overpowering them. But women, no, I don't like that whole the system kind of works in our favor, so we can do what we want type situation.
That's the other thing.
No, I don't respect that either.
Some women take advantage of that.
This is true. 100%.
I think one of the biggest ways that some women take advantage of that is, and this is not bashing women, this is bashing women who take advantage of the system to for their own personal gain, to hurt or take down their male counterpart, right? So I think one of the ways that some women do this is when it comes to children, right?
That topic
Let's
is
cycle this into the kids conversation.
Right.
Let's cycle this into the kids.
I think, and this is also this is very detrimental to a child's life, but
it is.
And to men.
When a woman, out of spite or for whatever reason, decides, hey, I don't like you and I don't want you in my child's life, even though the father wants to be there and wants to do the right thing, will decide, hey, I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to file child support, even though I know you can't really afford it. I'm
to bury him.
I'm gonna say that you do this and that and the other to us, so that the court will believe that you're not a fit parent and that they'll give me custody, and now I have control over when and how you see your children.
Exactly.
And that's terrible to me because I literally see that.
That's crazy.
Because I ain't gonna say we see it in reverse how like men do that. There probably are men who do that. Let's be honest. They're probably
I believe
who keep the kids from the mothers.
I
believe it. But as far as Chuck is saying, like women who use the system, anybody who uses the system, you know what I'm saying, for their personal gain, completely incorrect. I don't like that. But in that type of sense, it's like, bro, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Just because you have anger towards that person or a disdain, a dislike against that person, what does the kid have to do with that? You know what I'm saying? You putting somebody else's mental state at risk for your own attitude. I'm not down for that. I'm not down for that. And I'm what I'm saying. Sometimes, some dudes deserve it. I'm just gonna be honest. Some dudes do deserve it. Some dudes are
deserve it.
Yeah,
I think if you're taking someone to court or to say that they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, it, I don't think it's a matter of deserve. It's just a matter of how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That person doesn't need to have that kind of impact on a child's life. Yeah. And so, yes, there needs to be things that are put in place to make sure that child isn't put in harm's way, and the woman or man isn't put in harm's way.
Right. I agree.
Child support is necessary when it's necessary.
Yes.
But if
say it again, because that's the truth. That is actually the truth.
Trying to actually actively be in their kid's life and do the best that they can, then child support isn't necessary. But the problem is the way that it's abused, and they use it when they don't like their person that they decided to lay down with. My thing is kids get used as a pawn in a situation because you decided that you was going to have one bad night with some stranger, and then y'all end up having a kid together, and now he wants to be a part of the life, but you don't want nothing to do with him because you don't really know him like that and don't really like him. So he gonna be like, well, I'm trying to push him away, but I still want the money though. So I'm gonna make sure you can't see him, but you gonna have to pay me for it.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So-
And they know they can get it though.
Right,
That's
and
the thing. They know they can get it
easily. Stories we heard about women trapping dudes. Like it's the thing. Like they love to act like women act like, oh man, no, look, I don't care. Women, I have a girl. I ain't out here feeding
G said he said I ain't worried about it. I already got mine. I don't need none of y'all.
I ain't worried about that. All I'm saying is we sit here and act like they angels, and here's my problem. There are bad women or bad men.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's real. That's
just the
100.
nature of
That's
how this
100.
works. There are women who out there who are having sex with men and having babies just because they want a kid, not because they
because they want to check.
Yeah,
Let's say it right.
There's women who do that too. The ones who just want to check. But there's
I'm not saying. Yeah, there are some
who want a kid.
You're right. You're right.
But don't care who is with.
Yep. Yep.
And gonna have a kid and
Yep.
make sure he ain't got nothing to do with it.
Absolutely.
Off rip. And that's just
Absolutely.
what they gonna do. Then you got ones who gonna want to check.
Right,
They
right.
gonna have multiple kids.
And either way, you messing up that kid's psyche.
but
You know what I'm
multiple
saying?
kids,
Like you got to
you
think
can
about
find
it.
check, too.
Like you're messing up that kid for like that, and this is why we have that stigma of black men don't take care of their kids, because there was a point. I'm not saying that again. There was a point where they probably got to the point where men were like, well, that's just the norm. I ain't got to stay there and take care because we're so used to that. Because there was
I assume you're going to put me on papers
trend that
anyway.
started where women didn't want. It was like, no, we're not going to deal with you no more. Like G mentioned, there are those those bad apples where it's like they just wanted to check or they just wanted
That's what I'm
to
saying.
kid.
So you
and
gotta
so they
mix it
kick the father out of the relationship. And now you lose that whole situation. It's another statistic.
Yeah.
That's another situation where there's no father at home and different things like that.
Could have been
And there's
avoided.
so many different situations that they cause, all because, if we're being honest, the system allows it.
It does allow.
They allow it.
I mean, let's think about the system itself. Like you said, like the double standard system itself. Say, like, you know what I'm saying, the woman, the woman, you know what I'm saying, popped out.
Say it with your chest, dog.
The female popped out 2 kids.
Okay.
The female popped out some kids or whatever. The system will play like, oh, she popped 2 kids. Woo, woo. All right, we're gonna put them on papers. All right, boom. I'm on papers. I might as well. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay this check. There are some women out here who will be like, yeah, I'm about to get a check from him. Wait, let me get this bridge card. Wait, let me get on Section 8. Oh, boy, I'm running the system. I'm getting a check. I ain't gotta pay no rent. I got food. I can do what I want. He ain't gotta see the kids either, or he gonna pay me more money on the side.
And I ain't got to work.
I ain't got nothing to do, but I'm living scot-free. That system, like, I hate it. Because if you see a man watch his kids, you know what I'm saying, with his kids, say, he gonna try to go Section 8. Guarantee you ain't gonna get it. Just because you a male. And it's not saying that the system doesn't work for men, but it wasn't made for that.
100%. And
Well,
I think
that's
they
system.
talked about this already. So
That system.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that right there,
absolutely.
that
I
is
feel
it's
like-
terrible.
I feel like even if they try to get salty at us with this conversation, they can't, because we've had this conversation before talking about our own. So
Absolutely.
I have 100% bashed.
I mean, absolutely. There are some dogs out there, you
And
know.
the final episode, go back and watch that episode, or listen to it. Already had this conversation. So
We don't want to hear.
So we talked about it
all
from
of
both
that.
angles already.
Yeah.
We talked about it from both angles. So
Yeah.
so my thing is,
It's just y'all episode this time.
yeah, it's just your
Right?
turn. That's all.
Gotta take turns out here.
That's
Pass
all.
the rock.
Because my thing
Pass
is,
the rock.
It takes 2 to tango. And my
absolutely.
thing is,
Yeah, I'm not sure what that meant either.
and my thing is, watch this. I'll explain.
I'm not talking about you.
No,
You're talking about with Dom.
Oh,
He talking about some pass the
Pass the rock
I don't know what that
You remember
means.
back in the 90s, you'd be like, pass the rock, and you was in basketball for assist,
no,
pass the rock?
no,
No? You don't
no.
pass? Okay.
No, I don't think that applied.
yeah, I don't.
It was their turn, so you got to pass the rock to him.
Right.
Was you playing Foursquare?
Hey, I miss Foursquare. Never mind. All right, my fault. That's side note. Anyway. My bad.
Anywho,
So you were saying.
the situation is that I was saying it takes 2 to tango. So my thing is, we love to blame the guy when he's absent. It's not just the guy's fault that he's absent. You hear a lot of stories of guys who have tried to be in their kid's life, and a woman did not let them,
And they give up.
also bash the dad to the kid.
Right.
So now the kid doesn't like him, not knowing what he attempted to do to even get back. You know how many stories there are like that? Like, there's so many stories that are out there like that that people don't even know about, but it doesn't matter.
Man.
Because people are not going to look
real,
deeper.
bro. That's
no one's
real.
going to look deeper into those situations. It's because it's just another statistic. It's just another situation where, well, the dad's not there and the mom's there taking care of 5 kids and getting a check from the state. But
No,
Just a bunch of freeloaders.
it's true though, man.
My
bunch of
thing is,
freeloaders.
True.
what does the guy get out of having 5 kids?
What your stimmy look
and
like?
leaving them?
What your stimmy look like?
Look.
The dad ain't getting no money
You ain't
out
getting
of
no.
that.
You
If
ain't
he
getting no.
got custody.
You know, if you was paying child support, you weren't getting no stimmy.
No, you would if you were unless you were
It
behind.
was going towards the. No, they said the
Literally?
the
That
court
was
could
literally
take
the only
they could
thing
take the money, bro.
that they would've taken
They could take the money.
was
That was the
child
main.
support.
Yeah, that was like the main.
What if you went
If only-
behind? What if you was caught up? None. They still take it.
If you was caught
That's
up,
what I'm saying. What if you went behind?
if you were caught up, you might have not.
That's what I'm saying. If you went
might have not
behind,
gotten taken. How many people? It's a lot, but it's a lot more people who are behind on child support than who are caught up. I'm just gonna put that out.
No, I agree.
It's
I agree.
more. I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying
Not
it's.
fair.
Some people ain't paying their child support. There's plenty of people that pay their child support.
It's some dudes out here getting over when it comes to child support.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, absolutely.
Again.
That's
there's
what-
good
those people-
dudes and there's bad dudes. There's good
Absolutely.
women and there's bad women.
Absolutely.
That's just how it works.
100%.
There's not no good breed of nothing. I mean, there's not no
Can we-
straight good breed of anything.
Can we go back into? We were talking about double standards though.
Right.
Chuck brought this up in the beginning about women not getting equal pay.
Okay, well,
Okay.
okay, so we'll get back on the women's side on this one. Okay, fair
Just
enough.
no,
Fair enough. No,
just
fair.
because he brought it up.
No,
because
fair.
he brought it up.
No,
It's
I
fair.
know. I
It's
mean,
fair.
this ain't gonna be a bashful episode.
Yeah,
We're talking
no.
about double standards in
Absolutely.
general. So that's
Absolutely.
that's a fair one.
I think with the whole equal pay thing, and one of the biggest examples, and this is actually something that's being discussed today in the news, is not physically today, but is how much women are paid in professional sports versus men in professional sports. And this is something.
I want to have that conversation.
This is
I
something
want
that
to be
y'all
on
might
the
know.
women's side, man. Like, you brought up a conversation.
The
that I
sports
can't
thing is
support.
different.
Yeah, I can't support.
Well,
that
no, and I won't
conversation.
say it's different. It's
It
in
is.
the avenues that because it's not in not every sport.
No,
It's
'cause I
different.
can
So this is
understand-
where I'll say it's wrong.
In soccer.
And thank you. Okay, as long as we agree,
In
the
soccer,
U.S. women's
let's-
soccer team
let's watch.
should be above and beyond paid the U.S.
let's-
men's soccer
let's-
team
let's do
because they
this.
produce far more.
that's it, though.
Let's do this
still
then.
sport.
Let's because I know with basketball for sure that's something that's not even apples to apples because of
It's about profit.
Exactly.
That's always been my argument. It's not that I don't think they deserve it in the sense of like their hard effort and stuff.
Where the money
Should
gonna
they?
come from?
Okay, I will say this. Do I think they should get paid a little bit more? I don't know what the organization is making though. So that's really the issue. Like, how is it being spread out amongst the
Right.
organization?
But they're not making
Is it?
millions.
Yeah. Is the organization missing out or are they slighting them on some money? Then now we have an issue there. Now I'm like, okay, if the organization is making a little bit. Maybe they should be spreading this out a little differently. But then it also comes to, are they a part of the? They have their own players union, don't they?
They should, yeah, I think so.
Or maybe they don't. I don't. Maybe that's an issue.
I think they do.
Like that's another thing too. Like the reason why people the biggest sport people talk about when it comes to like
It's soccer.
money. No, but not even just that. But it's like the NBA just in general is NBA players make so much money. The reason being is because they have an excellent players union.
Yeah, they have one.
Excellent players union, like the best. NFL players are mad about it. Like they're mad at NBA players all the time
Yeah, they're great
because
players.
they make a great like.
They also have a great relationship with the league. though.
Yeah. Now outside of
Ain't nobody mad at baseball players though.
outside of
They should be.
outside of sports, they should be.
baseball-
Baseball, actually, I think
has
baseball
the
does it
best
right.
I mean,
I think
baseball
baseball does
has
it
the
right.
best
solid,
men,
solid, solid.
baseball. I
Yeah.
feel like that's another one.
$400,000.
Yeah, they
I feel like that. Like,
so.
is there a professional women's league in baseball? I don't know.
No.
Not in baseball, no. So they could fund it.
I mean, you playing softball, you might as well have
Alex
one.
Rodriguez by himself could probably fund it.
Softball and baseball is- I think that's-
But if we just move on from sports though, like I do think that now that I think is a stronger conversation because if a woman right next to me is doing the exact same job I'm doing, it's no reason why they shouldn't be getting paid the same. Or if they're working hard, or if not harder, a lot of them working harder than people in their position.
Yeah, yeah.
It just depends on what they're doing. Obviously, like I said, I do think that there should be. I think they should be paid equally if they're doing the same amount of work.
I
They're
agree.
doing with the same
I
thing.
agree.
Work is work. I don't care who's doing it. Alien could be.
As long as you get it done.
It don't matter who.
An alien?
It don't matter what your gender. Species,
if ET
it
out
don't
here
matter.
just-
if
did you
you
say
doing
species?
a job, you get paid, bro. Like that's just how it works.
I mean,
nobody
yeah,
works for free. Nobody works for cheap.
Here's
in the United States of America.
Here's the thing, though. Right? Here's the thing, though. When it comes to equal pay, and this is across the board, because that double standard doesn't just apply between male and female. Mm-hmm. It also applies between, capable and handicapped. It also applies between, ethnicity from race to race, or ethnicity to ethnicity. So you get it across the board.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things, and this was something that was discussed, I believe, a while ago, in a documentary I saw, where one of the biggest reasons why a lot of corporations are able to get away with this is because people don't discuss pay openly, right? Not too many times you're going to be able to sit next to one of your coworkers and say, "Hey, this is how much I'm making. How much you making?" and have the same job.
It depends. We're talking in the white collar community, though.
Absolutely.
Because that's where this kicks in. It's not in the blue collar. I mean, everybody make the same blue collar, but so we're talking up where you negotiate your
And exactly, we're talking about the difference between a woman CEO or CFO or whatever they want to call themselves, or it depends on if you're the financial officer or whatever. But it depends on if you're in that position. Now we're talking. Now you're having that conversation.
I think that's a different conversation.
A lot of them are getting paid.
I mean, because I don't think it's really like that high up. Because when you're discussing, when you're going in a role like that, you're discussing your pay based on capability.
Yeah, I think it's just when you get to the role of where you're negotiating your pay is when
in those
starts coming in.
roles, a lot of times that pay is pretty public or public enough that you'll know how much someone in that kind of role is making. I think it's more of the benefits that you get along with that role that makes a difference.
I still think there are women that might be in a certain role higher, and again, it doesn't have to be the CEO or anything like that, obviously, but maybe even a VP or something. If there's a VP in some type of department between a male and a female, more than likely, obviously there's some anomalies, but more than likely I've seen it to be the woman getting paid less. They'll negotiate differently. I think they go into the whoever's giving them the pay is negotiating things differently too, because they see them as a woman. So they may think that they may throw an offer out there, and the woman may not know at that time that it's less than what the man, if she was a man, would have gotten. But I do believe that if statistically it's a lower.
I feel like that. I don't think that's a great example, and here's why. Because anytime that I'm going in for a position and I'm able to negotiate my pay, I'm not negotiating based on what they're telling me. I'm negotiating based on what my personal worth is and what I know I can get out of that role. Right?
What if there's somebody new to negotiating though? What if they don't know what they should be asking for?
Well, then they should find out.
Yeah, because now that much is true. Now, if you don't know how to negotiate, that's not really their fault, because their goal is to pay you the least amount as possible. They're not trying to pay you.
They're always going to go low.
Yeah, so if you don't know, that works in their favor. If you don't know, so you really 100% need to research.
Okay. So I'm not saying if they're going in ignorant completely. I'm just saying, what if they don't know? They don't know this max level of what the average is of whatever that is or something.
I think they should find out.
Yeah,
I don't think that's an
issue. I think
they should just simply if I'm going into any role. Typically, when you have to negotiate your pay for a role, it's a more substantial amount of money that you're going to start making, and I think that you should be absolutely knowledgeable of what that max pay is and what your worth is within that range. So
I agree.
You know what the bottom, what the top
I really
making,
do.
and the bottom guys making, and what the middle people making, and where do you fit, where your skills fit in there?
No, that's how. I
don't
agree.
take nothing less than that.
That's how it was in mine. When I first got my job.
I would take what you're saying and apply that to something like, say, someone who's in a middle management role, right? Where you don't always have the room to negotiate that much of a pay. You almost have to base on what the company is willing to pay for that role. Say, for example,
What would be like a middle management role? For the people in the back that don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, middle management. I mean, you're talking like supervisor, maybe
Right.
Lead.
maybe yeah,
Lead.
Department lead,
Yeah,
maybe
department
maybe
lead, right.
actually, some like
Maybe a little higher than
I'm an
supervisor.
engineer. I'm an engineer, and the company has a range of pay that they're able to pay, right? And they'll put on a job offer. Hey, we're willing to pay you this, and when I go into a company and I say, well, I want to be able to make this, that, and the other, and if it falls in their range, you know, I'm typically working with either headhunters or contract companies who are looking to bring me on so that I can work for them under their contract to work for a company. And so that contract knows what that max and min is.
Okay.
And so when I come in and they say, hey, this is what we can offer you, I'm going to call their card. I'm going to say, hey, that's not what I'm about to get, right? I'm going to say, this is what I want, right? And this goes back to what I was saying before, knowing how to negotiate, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
If I'm going, direct hire and I say, hey, this is what I want to make.
Yeah.
This is my, this is what's going to get me in your door. And they say, well, this is the only thing that we can offer you, right? And it's hard to say, well, I mean, it's not really hard to say. You can say it, but then you might not get the job. But if I were to go in there and say, hey, I want, 70, 80,000, to do this role, and say, okay, yeah, we can probably do maybe like 65, 70. I'm like, all right, let's do 73. Right, that I'm gonna come at you with the middle ground, and more than likely they're gonna say okay because I'm not at that top range yet. But they're not gonna tell you the top range that they're able to make.
Right.
You just know based on that industry.
But don't you think that said industry top range for a man and top range for a woman might be different?
I don't think it.
I don't think it should be.
You don't think the range?
I don't think it should be. But is it?
Is it?
Yes.
That's what I was getting.
I think it's different because, like for example, as an engineer, there are a lot fewer women in that role than there are men over the past 50 years.
They are
right. Almost a fraction, and. So when a woman comes in and says, hey, I want to do this role, and she's fresh out of college, they're going to offer her below the minimum, right? Because, one, she doesn't really truly know, what, and this is that company taking advantage, she doesn't really know what those values are, and she doesn't know her worth yet.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know what she can do. Right.
We ain't saying y'all ain't worthy. We just saying, take some time.
She very well could be great at it.
Absolutely.
You're saying, like you said, they're taking advantage.
Do some
of
research.
That particular.
Just do some research.
So a lot of times you find this happening in the beginning of someone's career versus someone who's been in a industry for a longer period of time.
Interesting. That's interesting.
I was about to say, dropping knowledge. You just
some
cool.
education. We got philosophical Chuck back. I got it.
that is every week.
It's been
He said,
the last few episodes. It's been very opinionated, Chuck.
No, but well, I got a question, and this is a weird one, and I think this plays off Chuck because he is right. So like,
How weird can it get?
So like, we talking about double standards. How do y'all feel about double standards when it comes down to dating then? Because
you further elaborate.
What you mean? All right, so
because if you leave it broad, we're gonna have a whole nother episode.
All right, so like,
narrow it down here.
Cut it down.
Let's just jump right. Pull the veil off.
Wait. Go ahead.
We gonna pull the veil off. So basically, like, when guys dating like 4, 5 females.
Okay.
I didn't know where you was going with that. But go ahead.
When a guy dates like 4, 5 females, it's like cool. A girl dates like 4, 5 males, he's like
she
promiscuous.
Yeah.
That's an older word that they.
We'll use that word.
I don't know if they say that nowadays, but whatever.
Children may be watching.
I ain't got no better word.
Say it? No? Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna go with
What was you gonna say?
We can just
Hold
say,
on, man. My mama watches
I say like, dog, you're not finna get us in trouble, B. You're not getting in trouble. You're not getting in trouble.
No, I know which word you was gonna say.
is it in the Bible? What you gonna call him? A
What was you
Jezebel?
gonna call a Jezebel?
Hey, that works. That works. They still use
We
that.
could call them Jezebels.
We could. But anyways,
I mean,
how do y'all feel about that? Because I think it's wrong.
I mean,
It works for us, but it's wrong.
I'm not gonna lie. I was out there. I was the male version of Jezebel.
Hey, Brett, log off.
You were a garden tool.
Yeah, but we
You were a garden tool.
All right. We're going to say garden tools. That's what we're going to call them, tools.
Sure, we'll call them tools.
Garden tools. You was a garden tool. All right.
I was a tool.
All right.
You know, yeah.
Oh man.
But I think that standard, just like any other double standard, shouldn't be there, because if I'm out here being, a garden tool, and there's a woman out here doing the same thing that I'm doing,
She in another plot of dirt.
she in another plot of dirt digging.
I mean, it can be argued that you guys are in the same plot.
We're in the same plot of dirt digging,
I'm with
just
you.
two separate holes,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
right?
Right.
And
Wait a minute. Wow. Something. Okay. We have absolutely lost Dom.
so
Done.
we're gonna mute his mic on this part.
He's got no more educational activity that's coming
trying
on
to keep
this
this
part. He's done.
We're trying to keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
Garden tools.
Borderline
plot
rated
of dirt.
R, but-
Got it.
Yeah, we're not
So-
trying to get too wild out here. You know.
But the point is,
Y'all
I'm trying to get to the point where I disagree with Chuck, so let him finish.
Because you're still not there yet, huh?
point is, I feel like, we should all be treated like we all, garden tools if we doing that. So,
In the same plot of dirt.
and same plot of dirt.
Okay.
We at the dump, the city dump.
All right. So
Dig it.
this conversation about this.
I don't know where he was getting at. All I heard was him being a girl.
No, his point is
In the same dirt.
Guys,
works for
being
guys, but
guard
it shouldn't.
tools and girls being guard tools look differently. Guys
Absolutely.
get praised for, girls
Absolutely.
don't. Okay,
That shouldn't happen.
They'll say that garden tool was
That
used
shouldn't
way
happen.
more,
Okay, cool.
even though it was just as much.
Here's what I gotta say about this.
Go ahead.
You gonna go biblical?
In
on
the
this?
whole not at all. There's nothing biblical about this conversation. This what? Oh, well. But my thing is,
Could be.
we can twist it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But what I say is, I feel like the negative connotation attached to that does not come from us.
No, it comes from the Bible.
No. I'm talking about as far as women being considered.
Jezebel.
He's talking about the
Garden
double
tool.
standard. He's talking about the double
I'll
standard
say,
portion
yeah,
of it.
this,
Of it not being
women sleeping around, being considered wrong.
in our society, it
I
was
feel-
always okay for men.
Yeah, but I feel like because men
think-
just don't care.
No,
Don't care about what?
I honestly,
We don't care about sleeping around that much.
But here's the thing.
Women do.
Though. Here's the thing, and I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
Because I feel
You
like
think we care?
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
I'm
that.
asking. Is that what the conversation
I think the
I'm gonna
fact
check
that
it
I
as-
think the
Okay,
fact
let's do
that
it.
women don't care or do care,
Right.
that are doing it, isn't true.
No, I think the women who don't do it care a lot.
I think the women who don't care
They judge those women.
They judge those women because of a history of being taught that for women when they do it is bad, but for men it's okay. I think it's something that we have literally been taught since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from one angle. So
What angle is that?
What I'm trying to say is that the women who look at it as bad don't like when guys do it. Don't like when women do it.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, but when guys, just generally speaking, we just don't care if another guy
I think you're.
sleeps around.
No,
we don't
I
judge
think
our
you're-
own like that. Women judge their own like that.
I
We
actually
don't
think
do
you're. I think you're wrong, but I'm saying it in a different sense.
Okay.
So listen to it this way.
All right.
We've long, and this is something even especially say 10, 15 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it was looked at more of a badge of honor. So guys would push for it. You should be with her and with her and with her and with her.
Okay.
So there was some care in the sense of like, if you weren't doing that, you was like, what is you doing, bro?
Okay.
What you mean?
That's
You
fine.
like, so that's why I'm saying, that's why I think it is there is some care in that regard. But
I'm talking about us caring about them doing it,
I get your point. I don't care, like, if it was, this is hypothetical. If it was you, hey, I'm just
Super hypothetical. Super hypothetical.
Hey,
Hey.
words get twisted in this world. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure it's understood.
Hey, she don't. You remember on the pod? I watched that video. Whoa.
Words get twisted.
Hey,
But if it was you,
Hey.
like, no, I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't be looking at you and be like, "Oh, dang, bro, you were
Right.
You know, I'm not. I like.
Right.
We may joke about it, but I think that comes from. But you know what? I think that comes from culture. Not even culture.
I
But
think it's who you're in front of.
No, but this is what I'm trying to explain. How
makes
is
a
it double
difference.
standard? Women think that way.
Ooh.
I think it's who you're in front of that makes
That's
a difference.
true. That's absolutely true.
But my thing is, the same way you said, like, you wouldn't look at me like that. Okay, but a girl who doesn't do that, and a girl who does do that, girls who don't sleep
there.
around,
For sure. I
and
get
girls who sleep around they don't look at each other like that.
You all right?
Guys, we don't care.
No, I get
We
I
just
get
don't
your
judge
point.
it like
In the
that.
general
I
sense, we don't.
I think there are
We
guys.
look at guys sleep around, girls sleep around as literally the same.
I think there are guys out there that care enough.
No, that's not. You know what? That's not true.
I think
We don't
that,
look at guys and girls the same. Because there's plenty of times where guys will look at a girl and be like, "Oh, she been around. I'm not gonna marry her."
Right.
There's definitely judgment there.
Right. But
there's
not
definitely
the same
judgment
but
there.
not the same type of judgment. Not like the girl like throw him away. Like
Throw 'em away.
Yeah,
I know some girls that will throw you away after that.
no.
Maybe we was just dogs. Because I'm just gonna tell you, I would look at her and be like, "Well, she done been with, yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass." Like, I'm just keeping it a buck with you.
I don't know nothing.
Obviously, I've been married for 7 years, so
I ain't about to lay down.
I ain't
with
been
no
about
chick
that life
that's
for a
been
long
laying
time.
down with just about everybody I know.
But I don't think we're talking about us as a choice whether we would sleep with them or not. I think the conversation.
No, yeah,
was,
I'm talking about.
We're having a conversation of is their lifestyle okay? We don't care about their lifestyle.
I think that
You
is
care about their
caring.
lifestyle?
I think
That's
that is
part
a
of their.
part of
That's
caring
part of their
about the lifestyle.
That's part of caring.
No, I'm saying, but do you care what they doing on their personal time? I'm not
Like,
talking
I
about
think-
what
You mean
I'm
if I,
sleeping
you
with
mean
them
if
or
I
not.
had nothing invested?
Yes, if I got nothing invested in it.
No, I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. But
Well,
women do care
but
when they ain't got nothing invested.
We
They're not sleeping with them.
but guys still judge them regardless. You still gonna judge a girl if you know.
I'm a judge. I'm a judge the dude.
But I'm just saying we still do care. Like in that sense, we are.
No, but see,
I'm a judge the dude, but I ain't gonna treat you no different.
But see, we got to the point where I'm saying, like,
I got you.
what's
I got you about
the
the
double
truth.
standard itself? When it comes on the males, like you said, some work for us, that works for us, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm completely against it. It shouldn't. I mean, what's frowned upon is frowned upon. You know, what's not supposed to be right is not right.
I don't personally think it's cool either way, but that's
No, that's what I'm saying.
not-
Like,
guys
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
I
not.
honestly think that
Don't
this.
brag about it to women.
But it is what it is.
If we're gonna discuss the double standard there, that we should discuss the root of it. And I absolutely think that it's something that has been passed down through history
It is.
between men and female.
No, I agree.
I don't disagree with that part.
And I think that with that, in order to discuss it, you have to bring it up because when you say that a woman will care more than a man would about their own, sex or male to male, female to female, it is based on what that taught history is.
You want 4-5 wives?
Right.
They all gotta have your kid, 4-5 kids, and it's cool.
But I don't disagree. I'm just talking about the concept that is a double standard. A double standard.
Oh, absolutely.
A double standard is saying that we think different. Like society thinks differently about men. I think men thinks differently about sleeping around than women think differently about sleeping around. I think
sure. I agree with that.
That's the only point that I'm making.
I agree with that.
I think men as a whole think of people who sleep around.
Or just people who sleep around.
Yeah, and women.
That's it.
Yeah, women think of us as nasty, and us, we just kind of we may choose not to sleep with you, but that's about it.
I think for
Move on.
different reasons that women think that way though. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about the reasons why women might think that way. right? I feel like personally, if I was a woman and I saw another woman out here sleeping around, I'm like, dang, yo, it's not that great because it might be nasty now.
Hey, yo!
You done had a whole lot up in there.
Yo!
Versus a man, we on exterior. So I can go wipe that off real quick every time.
Thank you for joining us at From Voice.
Hey, get your mans! Get your mans!
I'm going straight to it. We was bound to get all the way there. So my thing is this.
I'm just going to cut straight to it.
It's true. But my thing is this.
Hold on. He said.
My thing is this.
Sure hope my mom's not watching this episode.
Flag on the play. We gon' just keep that conversation.
Hey, we here now.
But
we here now.
That
I'm
was
gonna
a
keep
Chuck
it generalized. I'm gonna keep it generalized
That was
for
a
sure.
Chuck moment.
My thing is, again, I think the problem with this conversation is, I feel like whenever women have this conversation, they like to blame us for it.
Facts.
And my thing is, this
I think that's
conversation for me ain't got nothing to do with us. If y'all want, you said how?
No, I said, wait, what?
He
No,
agreed.
I'm
He
saying-
do-
No, he agreed.
He
I
agreed.
said, I don't think this conversation got nothing to do with guys. I mean, if women wants to not make sleeping around a big thing, don't make it a big thing. I mean, at some point, don't make that a big thing. I mean, y'all get mad that men don't make it a big thing. Sorry. I mean,
let's be honest.
Our bad that we don't.
Society right now is becoming, for the past 3 years, hot girl summer. That's all you've been hearing.
Sex is definitely becoming more and more glorified.
Hot Girl Summer's been around for a lot longer than 3 years.
But but you know my point.
But
like,
people in their bodies and stuff,
it's just one of the moments of,
Everybody's far more okay with everything.
Right. So my thing is, we are we're at a place where, like, yes, I guess technically it's a double standard, but to me it's just that's a woman's issue. That's not our issue. That's it. That's all.
So
I don't know how you wrap that part up, but
the double standard sucks.
The floor is yours, though.
The double standard sucks. We can go with that one.
We got any random questions?
double standards are
Trash.
You said random questions of the day?
So before that, I have a random story just talking about what he brought up, right? This ain't got nothing to do with what we just talked about.
Good, it's over.
We just literally completely, we out of there. You foul.
Going to the random question.
You foul.
I mean, we do it.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, what? Bro! I can't do no more.
You foul.
Done.
I'm definitely watching this.
You about to get views.
Anyway.
Hey, share this one all day.
So episode. You got me all time
Man, we
twisted.
grown.
Like, all right. So look. Dom, you remember this because you was in the car. So he was talking about like driving, basically, when we were kids, like when we was younger teenagers or whatever, or early teens. I guess I was 18 at the time, but I was in my parents' Taurus, right? I just thought about this. So you remember we went to Scotia Stop, right?
Yeah, I remember this story.
So we were driving. I just thought about this. Just
You was
literally.
driving?
No, man.
That's what you just did, though.
He did. He went
I didn't.
He did.
Said we
I
were
was like
driving.
this. We was driving. You don't drive like this, bro?
No, you did this.
I don't know.
All right, bro. So you was driving.
So we were driving. Okay, I was driving.
You was
My
driving.
parents, Black Taurus.
Just say
dog.
pause.
That Taurus was fire, by the way.
That
But
tense.
yeah. So, huh?
That's tense. This is a show.
What?
The Taurus.
A car?
No, that's like an old body. This is
okay.
Yeah, this was like a 2000.
like,
Yeah. So we were like, we went to the store, corner store. It's called Scotia Stop.
Has some good
If y'all
wings.
know it's got the best
We know.
whole wings.
Good
ever.
wings.
Whole Park.
I want some more.
So yeah.
Scotia and 696.
So we're driving. All of a sudden, we get in the car, and I was like, "Hey, I'm about to like floor this joint, bro." Mind you, we're in like y'all know Oak Park, bro. It's a quiet neighborhood, it's very
That's
family
Oak Park when it comes to
oriented.
speed, bro.
But then it's not even. It's in Oak Park.
The
It's
street not even
nowhere
that
to really
big.
speed though.
Yeah.
Like everything's real tight. I take off down the street. I'm going about mind you, it should be 25. I'm going a cool 85, okay, down the street. I'm going like
On Scotia?
I'm going like
Scotia.
4 blocks. I'm going like 4 blocks,
Yes.
bro, until I gotta make a left.
So you're going 85
Bro,
in the-
people
in-
park
in-
on
in
both sides of the
25?
street.
Yeah,
Whatever happens to you from this point on is you deserve it.
No, just wait.
No, Laura was looking out actually. So we flying. As soon as I get up to speed, I realize I've only gone like a couple blocks. I was like, that mother got up to speed quick. I was up to like, and maybe 85 was a little much because I don't think it got that fast.
I think it was like
easily
65.
60 something.
Yeah.
50, 60.
No, it was in the 60s.
No, he was in the 60s.
I was without a doubt past 60. We went a couple blocks, and all of a sudden I look to the back, look in my rear view, police right there.
Because he passed.
I passed police. Police had to turn. He had to turn around. I look at him. I was like, "Oh man,
You
I'm just
ran?
gonna have to keep forwarding it, bro, and go home."
Oh, dog.
I was out this joint. I was like,
You hit the corner.
hit that corner, bro. It was a stop sign. Probably didn't stop. So it was
didn't.
It was probably multiple.
60?
I probably
Nah,
could
you
have.
probably ain't stopped.
Probably could
No,
have.
he didn't. No.
Well, you
Yeah.
ran from
No.
the cops, so yeah.
Yeah, no. I was already
That's a
speeding.
felony,
I was
so-
already speeding.
They
I ran
turned
from
around.
the cops.
Ran a stop sign.
Ran the stop sign.
Stop sign ain't gonna
Oh, your sister did too.
But eventually, I got into. Wow, dang, you putting people out there. Jeez. But
I mean, I
then
say which one?
Then I put. Oh, okay. So now all of them are felons. So anyway, so I literally turn into the. We turn on the block. Me and this fool.
Hop out the car.
You know what dumb thing he told me as I older now. I know it's not true. Okay, but this fool gonna say, "Hey man, if you park, they can't pull you over. They can't write you a ticket or something like that. Whatever."
This
So
is why
we-
this man drove 20 minutes down
Bro,
Telegraph.
I
and
pulled
still
up into
didn't
the
realize he was
driveway
going the wrong
as
way.
far as I could, bro, and ran out of it, ran into the house, and we looking out the window. We was looking out the window like,
All right, bet we good. We make out.
Did you not
We waited
think
for a cool
about
20
the
minutes.
fact that they could just ride down the street, see the car parked outside, and then just roll up to your door?
I was listening to this idiot telling me that they couldn't give me a ticket because we weren't moving anymore.
Well, it's only if they got your license plate, then you screw regardless.
No, they ain't
but
get none
if
of
they
that.
did get your license
They
plate,
ain't get none of that.
The cool thing
then
is,
you good.
they were doing. They had to
can't
do
prove
it.
that
They had
that
to do
was
it.
you.
Once they bust that Yui, he was out though.
out.
He was out once they bust the
So
Yui.
if they never saw your license plate, you
There was no moral to
I
the
would've pulled
story.
up in a
It was
random-
all bad.
That was
But the Lord looked out. Got nothing. No
Hey, make 2 rights and a left, you get away. All right, cool.
If I would have made 2 rights and a left, we would have got caught.
Right, you'd have been
Would
right
have
in
been
front.
home.
You wouldn't have made a left.
We had to make a left and another left to get home.
I know, but
Yeah, don't listen to him.
Please don't.
Because you can still get ticketed if you're parked. Okay.
not if you ain't in
Y'all
car.
got any questions though before we wrap this joint up?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Random joints?
Double standard
Random
sucks.
I got something random.
Hey, we over down.
I brought up the urinals last episode.
I ain't
Urinals.
got no
No, I ain't got
You
nothing,
don't
bro.
I mean, that
That
was.
was a solid topic.
I got
bro.
nothing, bro.
Pretty solid topic.
I got nothing.
Oh, the urinals last week?
I know. I remember about just. No, I got no questions, bro.
Absolutely. That's a real thing,
Yeah, the
bro.
urinals were a great topic.
Have y'all ever been like, what do y'all do anything when y'all see somebody not wash their hands, bro?
No.
Oh, first of all, I'm glad you brought that up.
See?
Because I'm about to put somebody on the spot.
Oh my God. Oh.
I'm not gonna say their names though,
I thought you was.
because I don't know the names.
Oh, okay.
But there was a guy at my job today walked out the bathroom
Wow.
without washing his hands. Guess what I decided to do? I would no longer be shaking, dapping, or touching anyone or their stuff at my job anymore.
I got another quick
Thank you.
story to go with that. When I worked at the airport, bro, I watched so many people don't wash their hands at the airport, bro. Y'all need to know that. A lot of people don't wash their hands a lot
Stop
of places.
touching
Yeah, I was
surfaces.
about to say, you talking
in
about the airport.
public.
That's
In public,
almost
period.
anywhere. In
But
public
literally.
places, they don't wash their hands.
I'm working and I go into the public bathroom. I'm upstairs and I'm, washing my hands. I see Buddy walk out and I look. It's like, he not gonna wash his hands, bro? So I literally walked. I like stalked and walked behind him to see everything this man touched. So I didn't touch none of that the rest of the day. I'm not even joking, bro. I like all the way as far as I could. I'm just walking like, not touching that. Oh no, I ain't
My
going
thing
over
is,
there.
I wash my hands when I leave the bathroom, but here's the thing.
What are you going? What are you getting?
A lot of dudes don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wait,
don't.
wait, wait.
We sit here here
this one.
talking about this like
Actually,
like,
got
I'm not gonna
nutrition.
touch
Pertaining
this.
to this.
That's
How many
true.
dudes you done dapped up that ain't washed their hands? Came out the
But I
bathroom?
don't need to know about it.
Wait. Let me ask you this.
I'm just keeping
there,
it. Keeping
Let
it.
me ask you this.
No way around that, bro.
Do you touch the inside of the door handle or knob of the bathroom? Ever.
The inside of
So
the
in other
door
words, you
handle.
leave in the bathroom. Do you touch that handle?
No, I use
that door.
paper towel. I just dry my hands off with.
I usually just I hit him
And
with
if
the elbow.
and if the trash ain't close enough to the door, throw it on the ground.
Wait, what kind of door are we talking? Wait, what?
Hey, all right, two things. You trifling.
You foul,
You trifling.
dog.
You trifling.
You
Next
foul.
thing, I'm with you.
That's not my fault. That
There's
they
folks
didn't.
that's gotta work and pick that stuff up, bro.
Well, you should put the trash can next to the door.
No,
No, bro, you foul. You
Okay,
foul.
so
That's foul, bro.
okay, so if you
They out here working hard, bro, picking up your trash on the floor.
Listen, so if you in my position and you don't want to touch the door and there's no trash can near the door,
How about you wait until you get close to a trash can?
Yeah, just hold
get
on
to
to
the
the
trash.
piece
hold
of
on to the
paper.
paper.
Yeah.
If I'm in a restaurant, am I going back to my table? Where am I? Because in my pocket.
Nah, put it on the table so the waiter.
Most restaurants don't have like handles though. Most of the time
Nah.
you just like push it open with your body or something.
I know. Well, most
Most
places,
restaurants.
most inside of bathroom doors don't have handles. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying
A lot of there are some that do.
I will tell you where I've done this because this is the only place I can think of an example
out the
that actually
restaurant. Go
had
ahead.
It was at Ford. Ford has handles and come out of the bathroom,
Won't be going there.
and you walk out.
But there's a reason though, right? Aren't those bathrooms on the factory floor?
No, that's all the bathrooms.
What would that matter?
Office.
Well,
office.
when you consider any bathroom that's on a factory floor, if the door swings open, someone's walking by or someone's driving their cart by or something like that.
Right, but they just
Unwashed
made
hands
all
are
the
unwashed
bathrooms like
hands.
that.
But I know a lot of the plants that I've been in.
It's true, though.
They don't even have the doors. They have the
The little flipping things, yeah,
Right, the
yeah,
hallways.
yeah, or the hallways, yeah, right. But my thing is, so I pull it open,
Yeah.
and then the door like around the bathroom, the trash like around the corner. Bloop. Keep pushing, clean.
Bless you, dog.
Especially in the middle, in the middle of Rona. I wasn't touching no door handles, and I had to work too.
You
I
need to
wasn't
wear
touching no door
gloves, bro.
You trifling. I'm just
foul,
going for
bro.
it. You trifling.
Gloves. Ain't go to the bathroom. I don't want the gloves no more.
So
Anywho,
that was from Boys to Men.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and sign off.
it's a wild last 20 minutes. Let me tell you.
We'll see you
This
all.
was.
We'll see you all on the next one.
Hopefully, it's even more entertaining than this one.
And that was from Boys to Men. Signing off.
Bye.
See you later.
Now with a fast food restaurant.
One.